You know, for decades, we've been told the search for alien life is all about listening, right? Pointing our massive radio telescopes at the sky, just hoping to catch a faint whisper from the stars. But what if we've been going about it all wrong? Today, we're going to dig into a cosmic mystery that suggests maybe we should have been looking, not just listening. What if that first message from out there wasn't a sound at all, but a thing, a physical object, a visitor that paid our solar system a very brief and just completely baffling visit? We are talking about an object named Oumuamua, and its story, let me tell you, is one of the most fascinating and controversial scientific debates of our time. So, let's rewind to 2017. For the very first time in human history, our telescope spotted something new. Something we could confirm, without a doubt, was from outside our own solar system. A true interstellar traveler had finally arrived. And the name they gave it, you couldn't make this up, it was perfect. In Hawaiian, Oumuamua means a messenger from far away arriving first. And that's exactly what it was. But the message it seemed to bring with it, well, that was a deep, deep puzzle. From the second we laid eyes on it, something was just off. In fact, pretty much everything about Oumuamua seemed wrong. It just didn't fit with anything we expected from a natural object floating through space. The whole mystery really boils down to two incredibly strange things that scientists just could not easily explain. First, its shape was bizarre, and second, for some reason, it was speeding up. Okay, let's start with the shape. Based on the really strange way it reflected sunlight as it was tumbling through space, scientists figured it had to be something straight out of science fiction. It was either this massive reddish cigar shape or a completely flat pancake. We're talking hundreds of meters long, but impossibly thin. Now, to put that in perspective for you, we have seen and cataloged thousands of asteroids and comets in our solar system. And you know what they look like? Lumpy, potato-shaped rocks. They're not elegant. Oumuamua, on the other hand, was something else entirely, a total anomaly. And then there was the way it moved. As Oumuamua swung around our sun, it started to accelerate. It got this slight but very definite push away from the sun that gravity alone just could not explain. Something else was giving it a little nudge. So you're an astronomer, and this bizarre object shows up. What do? Well, naturally, you start looking for the most logical, the most conventional answer you can find to explain its weird behavior. The big question was pretty simple. If it's not just gravity, what invisible force could possibly be pushing this thing and making it speed up? And the answer, it seemed, might lie with a pretty common cosmic object. The leading theory was a process called outgassing. This is what happens when a comet gets close to the sun. Its ice starts to heat up and vaporize, and jets of gas shoot off its surface. These jets act like tiny natural rocket thrusters, giving the comet a push. So for a little while, the consensus was, okay, Oumuamua must just be a comet. That strange acceleration, just outgassing, seemed like a nice, tidy explanation that put the whole mystery to bed. Case closed, right? Well, not so fast. This is where the story takes a really sharp turn, because when scientists looked closer at the evidence, that simple, standard explanation, it completely fell apart. You see, the whole comet theory had one massive, fatal flaw. For an object to be pushed by outgassing, you have to be able to see the gas. There has to be evidence. And when scientists looked for it, it was just gone. Nowhere to be found. Okay, so this is the absolute heart of the mystery. Outgassing produces what's called a coma, a visible cloud of gas and dust around the comet, and usually a tail. It's not subtle. Yet when the world's most powerful telescopes stared at Oumuamua, they saw nothing. Absolutely nothing. Zero, nada, zilch. That is the number of dust particles, gas molecules, or tail fragments our best telescopes could find. No coma. No tail. Just think about that for a second. It was moving as if it was being pushed by jets of gas, but the jets themselves were completely and totally invisible. This is the smoking gun. It had the motion of a comet, but none of the looks of a comet. It was being propelled by a force that left no trace. And that contradiction is what makes Oumuamua so scientifically, well, haunting. with the natural explanation on some seriously shaky ground. One really prominent astronomer dared to propose something far more extraordinary, an idea that stepped way, way outside the box. That astronomer was Avi Loeb from Harvard University. He looked at all the missing evidence and basically decided it was time to consider what many of his colleagues thought was, well, unthinkable, that Oumuamua wasn't natural at all. Loeb suggested, what if it was a piece of alien technology, maybe an incredibly thin solar sail designed to be pushed by the light from stars, which would perfectly explain the acceleration without any gas. Or maybe it was a purposeful probe that came, took a look, and moved on. His logic was basically a direct challenge to the scientific community. For Loeb, a comet with no tail was just physically impossible. So he argued we have to start seriously considering the improbable, no matter how weird it sounds. As he puts it, when you eliminate the physically impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. And honestly, that's where we're left today. The debate is still raging because the messenger, well, it's long gone, leaving behind only its confusing data. Oumuamua is gone forever. It zipped through our system and is now hurtling back into the deep, dark void between the stars. We will never, ever get another look at it. All we have are the questions it left behind. So we're left with this question. Was this thing just a one in a trillion cosmic oddball, a type of natural object we've just never seen before? Or did humanity just witness its first silent flyby with a piece of technology from somewhere else entirely? The messenger has passed, and now we're just left to wonder about the message.